Til The Last Credit here, coming at you guys with our latest podcast. I'm Darren Lacey Jr. I'll be your host today. I'm joined by Dylan Boyd, Miller Farrow, and Will Abbott. We're about to get into...
Did you say M. Dylan Boyd?
Yes.
You did it to yourself.
I don't care. I love my first name.
So, yeah.
Do you have power yet?
Yeah, I have power. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, because if not, then you shouldn't be wasting your fucking time over pettiness. But okay, if you got power, then whatever, waste away.
Me and Dylan lost power because of a certain tropical storm. But Will and Miller are okay. They were great.
Fuck yeah, we've been okay. The only time my lights went out was when I turned the fucking switch off.
Listen to this now. I mean, I was by far the most unlucky. I didn't have power for a full 24 hours. Okay?
Yeah, apparently that was the first time you've lost power ever.
I was out of the longest I've ever been out of power for like 5 hours. So
I can just imagine Dylan in the middle of his living room, just like, no.
What's going on? Dude, it was awful. I mean, like, just having, like not being able to hear the fan and just, like, not being able to hear, like, just the little things. It's just so creepy and so silent. And
yeah, I kept walking through my house just, like, flicking on lights and shit, like, just expecting something to happen.
Yeah.
Like, God, no. But, yeah, we're here in the light to talk about Star Wars. Star Wars, there's been a major development in the Star Wars, and the Star Wars movie news. So Colin Trevor, whatever, the director of Booker Henry and the director of Jurassic World, as you guys know, a few weeks ago or a week ago, it feels like forever ago, he was taken off the project due to creative differences between him and Kathleen Kennedy, and the hunt has been on for a new director for Star Wars Episode 9. A lot of people have thrown around names like Patty Jenkins or Ava DuVernay, or, some people have talked about maybe doing the more logical choice for Lucasfilm because he just worked on a Star Wars film, and getting Rian Johnson to step onto Episode 9, maybe throw some money at him, so he can finish the story because he's already been there. But instead, they kind of did that, but instead they went backwards a little bit. And when I mean backwards, I mean, for a previous director, they went with J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams, he directed The Force Awakens, and now he's officially going to direct Star Wars Episode 9, which has an official release date. It's been pushed back from May 2019 to December 2019. And he'll be co-writing the film with Chris Terrio, who's, if as you guys know, he's the Oscar-winning director for Argo. Yeah, thank you. Oscar-winning writer for Argo, and he also wrote Batman v Superman, and he's also co-written Justice League with Joss Whedon. So that'll be our writers and our directors. So yeah, and with the official. Kathleen Kennedy said, with The Force Awakens, J.J. delivered everything we could have possibly hoped for, and I'm excited that he's coming back to close out this trilogy. So, Dylan, what do you think? Are you excited that J.J. Abrams has returned to the Star Wars saga? Does this worry you? Do you think this is more of a safe choice, or are you kind of, down with him closing it out?
Well, besides George Lucas, really, I mean, J.J. Abrams was... I think I tweeted actually when Colin Trevorrow left that he would never do it, but I want JJ, and I did not think it was going to happen. I did not think JJ was going to come back because he really seemed like he was just done. He did not want to do this again, and he's back. I love this actually. I think this is basically as good as it gets, besides like George fucking Lucas, like we were talking about last time. I love The Force Awakens, and I think The Force Awakens is a safe movie, but I don't think that Return of the Jedi will be safe like The Force Awakens will. I think that he's going to do some new stuff with it instead of just making Return of the Jedi like people say he just made A New Hope over again or whatever. I think episode 7 and episode 9, that is complete different things. And on top of that, Abrams is a great director, and I cannot wait to see what he does with this. It's great.
So Will, So, Will, you're kind of mixed on The Force Awakens with some aspects. Are you excited about J.J. Abrams coming back to the helm to close it out? And also, is there anyone else you would have would you have liked Lucasfilm to continue the tradition of bringing on a director each and every time? Or are you more okay with them bringing back somebody that's already experienced within this new saga of films?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm not mixed on The Force Awakens. The movie's fucking awful.
I thought you were mixed on.
In fact, my first words to my wife after the credits rolled was, "I'm so fucking pissed right now." But that said, I mean, when I first heard about it, I kind of groaned a little bit. But I mean, I don't hate everything J.J. Abrams has ever done. I mean, Super 8 is a good movie. Star Trek 2009 was better than I felt that it had any right to be honest. I hated that movie's very existence until I actually saw it, and then I was like, you know what, this isn't that bad. And then he went and made Star Trek Into Darkness, which was the Superman Returns of Star Trek movies, but whatever. So, I mean, look, the point is, whether or not I'm excited is going to depend on how Episode 8 is. Because if Episode 8 shows me that Lucasfilm has learned from the fiasco that was Episode 7, then you know, whatever. I'll be confident with Abrams directing this movie. But if Episode 8 is just, again, full of fan service and rehashed ideas and fucking characters that don't make any goddamn sense at all, then of course, you know, Episode 9 is not going to be any good, no matter who's directing it. So, I mean, yeah, I like Terrio writing. I like that. But yeah, I'm just right now. I'm just kind of like whatever to it. I'm not excited or disappointed. I'm just like, eh. I do kind of wish that they would have gone with somebody else, but at the same time, I know Dylan said that he didn't expect J.J. Abrams to come back, but J.J. Abrams said after The Force Awakens was finished that he kind of wishes that he'd have been able to do all three because he had a good time doing it. So, I mean, it didn't really surprise me that he came back.
I thought he said he didn't want to do it anymore because he wanted to spend time with his family.
He did. He said he was a little jealous that because
I think he said it's probably best that they didn't let him do it because he would have. But yeah, at any rate, at the time it was it doesn't matter one way or the other because I'm not fucking doing it.
No, well, he did say he was a little jealous that because he left some of these threads open that he kind of wanted to finish it and complete it moving forward. So he was a little jealous of some of the things that Rian Johnson got to do, but at the same time, he did get to make Episode 7, and he also was getting to spend time with his family. So, you know, It's just like win-win. But Miller, what are your thoughts on J.J. Abrams, directing this film, and also, what do you think? Do you think this sets a precedent at Lucasfilm of do you think they're going for more well-established directors now moving forward, or do you think do you think they're ever going to go back to recruiting the hot choices? At the new upcoming directors.
Yeah, I think it does set a precedent of they're going to go with not necessarily established, or I mean, I guess established director, but that's just how it works. But they're going with directors like J.J. Abrams was like the safest choice next to Rian Johnson, but Rian Johnson, it sounded like he didn't. You said he turned it down?
Yeah, he turned. I mean, it's not official that he turned it down, but he did do an interview with. Oh, I mean, he had to turn it down because J.J. Abrams is directing, but also, also he did an interview with a Japanese outlet, and he was just like, I'm not exactly quoting him, but he was just like, I want to watch it. Whoever does the next film, and wish him best of luck. We'll wish them best of luck, and also, I just want to watch the next one as an audience member.
So it was obvious he wasn't doing that. But if you can't get him, and I guess Ron Howard's too busy, then you get
thank God.
Then you get J.J. Abrams because. Yeah, he's just a safe choice in that they have I'm sure they have an outline of, I mean, I know him and Terrio are rewriting it, but I'm sure they have an outline of where they want to take this, and they know, JJ can get it with that, and hopefully it'll be like, I'm sounding like The Last Jedi, where it's like both parties were happy with the result of what happened, because it hasn't really been happening with Star Wars. Mm-hmm. But I think it's a kind of missed opportunity. Just like, nothing against J.J. Abrams, I think he's a great director, but just like to get another person in there. But I do like the full circleness of it, and I'm interested to see what J.J. Abrams can do on a just not like before. Like, I think we're going to get the Star Wars movie, or J.J. Abrams' Star Wars movie we should have gotten with Force Awakens with this. Mm-hmm. So that's cool. And J.J. Abrams really lucked out with this. Like, he got the best of both worlds. He got like the most hyped one, because it's the first one like 12 years, and then he got the last one, not the last one, but like the trilogy closer. Yeah. If they're stopping with these
I'm just
episode movies.
Like, what? What just happened?
Oh, sorry. I was about to say. I think after these episode movies, they're taking a break.
Yeah.
They're taking a break, period, or they're just going to focus on anthology.
I'll get into it when I.
Oh no, they're just focused. They're not taking a break, period.
Yeah, I'll get into that more when I get my points. But Dylan, you're going to say something?
I was just going to say, like, I'm just wondering. I would love to have heard that meeting between JJ and Kathleen Kennedy. I wonder if, I just hope their visions for this movie line up, or maybe she's just letting JJ do what he wants after Force Awakens, because I just really don't want JJ to believe this shit.
He just walked in there. I want a giant BB-8, and you're also pushing that damn release date back. I think
a truck of money rolled up to my house. The same gold as CP3 was made on.
Now, as far as release dates go, is Han Solo still supposed to come out in May?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so they're getting one movie in May, and then we're back to the December bullshit.
Yeah, which I like the December bullshit though. I like Star Wars coming out in December. J.J. Abrams, I like this choice. I really do. Look, I like the idea, and J.J. even implemented this in when he reinvented Mission Impossible. You have a different director each and every time, and each one gives a different spin on the franchise. So they're kind of one-upping each other, but you're also like, that director did a really good job, so it's up to me to just do a really great job and reinvent it as well. And I kind of liked how they were doing that with Star Wars. You get a different vision each time. Sure, it's the same through line of storytelling, but I did like how they were doing this. But I understand where Lucasfilm's coming from, where it's just like they're kind of against the wall here, especially when the release date was in May and pre-production starts in January. So you needed someone that can spin this around. J.J. Abrams knows the crew, he knows the cast very well. He's worked with Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy was the first person he was the first person Kathleen Kennedy talked to, and she was just like, J.J. Abrams said no, and Kathleen Kennedy was just like, don't you want to know what happens to Luke Skywalker? And he was just like, fuck, you got me. So he gets to finish out that story. He gets to finish what he started, because Miller said something earlier about, because I'm just tired of a lot of people giving J.J. shit about, like, oh, he made a safe movie and all that. Like, The Force Awakens, and this is a safe choice. I will not disagree with anybody that this is a safe choice, but a safe choice doesn't mean you're going to get a safe movie. But The Force Awakens needed to be a certain thing. It's a springboard for other directors to really do something. If Force Awakens is a springboard for Rian Johnson to do something very different with The Last Jedi, and you just needed that thing, you just needed that foundation set. You need to get Star Wars back on track. And yes, I don't like the trench run in Force Awakens. I don't like the Star Killer base. I think that's a lot of rehashing. But they still built a base on something. They still reintroduced new characters. JJ did take risks with that movie as well. Like Finn, like one of the secondary characters got his back sliced open, and Han Solo died, and the good guys kind of lost at the end of that movie in a way. They're kind of shattered. I liked all of that, and he introduced really cool new leads. So he did do some really cool things. And I think what Miller said in the chat earlier is like, Episode 9 is a very different animal than what Episode 7 is. And I think JJ can do something really different and reinvent the franchise going forward as well, because he has to close this thing out. And these are his characters that he brought into the forefront. And also, he's not the only one making this movie. It's going to be multiple people with multiple ideas. It's not just him. It's going to be, I know this is kind of bad to say about some movies, but it's going to be made by committee, but also with a strong creative head. And what I was saying earlier about them taking a break, I think after this movie, they are going to take a little bit of just like, what the hell is this? Like, what exactly do we have? Because I don't think Lucasfilm and Disney ever figured out what they have with Star Wars. I think they are just like, let's just go. Let's just keep making Star Wars or whatever. I think they're just going to take a minute, settle. Does that mean that they don't release another movie? I don't know. I think episode-wise, they're not releasing another episode. Like, we're not getting episode 10 for 3 or 5 years. I think they're going to maybe keep up with anthologies, but I think they're going to take a break from episodes. And also, Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm, they really need to reevaluate who they want making these movies. You can't just get the hottest names out there and put them in a director's chair, because that's not working. And you don't jive with these people. She's more of an, and this is okay. She might be more of an old school producer, and some of the ways these new kids, some of these newer directors that are coming up, they just work differently. And if that's not how you work, if that's not what you work with, then go for more of the older established directors. But just have that in your mindset before you're hiring more of these people. So I think that's what I kind of meant by taking a break and them just, just figuring out what the hell they want to do with this thing going forward. Because they're saying they want to make these movies forever, so you really need to get a foundation. Because you don't want like, God forbid, Han Solo being bad, or a safe Star Wars movie, and then the next one being the same thing. So I think they should just get their shit together over there. But that was long-winded. Does anybody else have anything else to say about J.J. Abrams on Star Wars?
Yes.
It would be really funny if J.J. Abrams changes Kylo Ren's scar again.
Could you? Okay, what is the? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dylan.
No, go ahead.
What is the worst-case scenario? He gets fired again. What happens?
Fuck, I don't know.
George Lucas.
Fucking Howard, I don't know.
George Lucas.
I don't think we'll get fired. I think it'll stay.
Yeah.
But the question I was going to ask is what a lot of people have been bringing up, and what I brought up on my Twitter, and I brought up in the chat earlier. As Darren said earlier, Episode 9 is moving from May to December 20th, 2019, and that also happens to be a week after Wonder Woman 2's release. So do you guys think that Wonder Woman 2 is going to move? Do you think it'll stay?
Yes.
What?
Wonder Woman, get the hell up out of there.
They were stupid.
Right now,
stupid
Wonder Woman is DC's moneymaker.
Yeah.
And DC cannot have their moneymaker ripped apart by fucking Star Wars.
Especially how they made money this year. Like, Wonder Woman was in theaters. It was kicking ass. It just kept going and going. People were talking about it all the time. You had a nice
Wonder Woman comes out on Blu-ray in a week, and it still hasn't gotten to, like, the dollar theaters.
Yeah, it's still in theater. That's what's insane about it.
And you're not going to have that.
It comes out on Blu-ray in a week, and it's still in theaters.
And you're not going to have that. They would have had that. I think they would have had that if Star Wars wasn't there, because I think they would have done what Force Awakens did, where it just kept on making money week after week after week. They're not going to have that. Once Wonder Woman is going to do good that first weekend, it's going to do great. But it's going to be out of the social conscious once Star Wars Episode 9 comes out.
They're so stupid. Why didn't they just pick the December 20th release date?
Because probably Disney would have been like, I'm going to move it before you.
I don't know if Disney would have done that. I feel like
Disney would have just picked the December 13th release date.
I'm not sure of it. I feel like they would have found another date for it, because they like the week before Christmas, and then Christmas, New Year, all of January.
To be honest, though, the movies come out a week apart, correct?
Yeah, it's...
Okay, opening weekend, I don't think opening weekend is going to suffer for either film. Okay, because the people that are going to go see Wonder Woman are going to go see it, and the people that are going to go see Star Wars are going to go see it. What's going to be affected one way or the other is repeat viewings. And I think it would be interesting to see, because whoever wins in that arena is obviously the better movie, or the movie that fans like the most. I think it'll be interesting. I think if neither movie, if Wonder Woman doesn't move, honestly, I think it would be interesting to see those two go head to head.
Wonder Woman absolutely, positively has to move.
Yes.
I
disagree.
DC needs to announce tomorrow that they're moving it to June.
And also, another thing, the Star Wars The Last Jedi's weekend, it might not be affected drastically, it will be affected. Because Wonder Woman is still there. I think two big movies opening like that, it's going to be... It's like Batman v Superman and Civil War opening on the same day. They might not be affected drastically, but they're going to be affected by each other.
I was already... when they announced that it was releasing in December or whatever, I was already questioning, like, why the fuck don't you just release it in June? You already had a good run in June.
Because they wanted that December money.
But wait, though, don't they already have Is an Aquaman coming out in June?
It's October.
October.
No, Aquaman's coming out in December.
Aquaman's 2018. Wonder Woman's 2019. So, does Warner Brothers have a DC movie in June that year?
No.
That doesn't make any sense. Wonder Woman should be in June, especially if they don't have anything else in place for that.
And another thing, that's when you're moving.
Plus, I would put Wonder Woman in June anyway, and even if Flashpoint comes out that year or whatever the fuck comes out that year, I would put that in December, because Wonder Woman at this point is the tentpole, and it needs to be the summer movie.
And also, here's another thing. So I just looked up, like, this is what's officially, unofficially for June 2019. Secret Life of Pets 2, this is June 7th. Secret Life of Pets 2, Charlie's Angel reboot, Untitled Fox and Marvel film. Then Friday, June 21st, Toy Story 4. Friday, June 28th, Transformers 7, and what? Whatever. The next Transformers movie. Have there been 6 Transformers movies?
No.
The last night was 5.
Oh, well, yeah, that's wrong. But it's something else. So yeah, I think with June 7th, they would have been fine.
Why the fuck, honestly, and this is a little bit of a tangent, but why the fuck are they making Toy Story 4
Because I think it's interesting.
Toy Story 3 was the perfect ending. It makes you cry. It's a happy. That's the end. Fuck Toy Story 4. 3 is the end.
They should have made the story of Toy Story 4 Toy Story 3.
They're making... Yeah, I agree with that, actually. But I like the idea of Toy Story 4. He's going after Bo Peep. It's going to be a romantic story. I like that.
But wasn't that 3?
Yeah, that should have been 3, but I don't know. I like it.
They can't see the future, that's why. But...
Anyways, they could... What's in July?
July? I just sit out.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I'm open.
See, so Wonder Woman wouldn't really even have any competition in June.
Spider-Man Homecoming 2, Top Gun, The Lion King, and...
I missed Spider-Man. I missed Spider-Man. But other than that, I don't think Top Gun is really competition for Wonder Woman.
The Lion King is.
I don't think so. I disagree.
You don't think Disney's The Lion King is competition?
Now, hearing what's up for summer 2019, I can kind of see why they did, because, when Wonder Woman released, it did not have any competition for...
Yeah, but still, June. They put that shit in June. You might have
Wonder Woman should have done late May or June.
Late May, you still have...
May 2019 is Infinity War, though, right?
That's Infinity War Part 2.
But that's it'll have a few weeks before.
Avengers 4, whatever they're calling
like May 24th.
Well, how about like
Aladdin
March?
Is now.
What's coming in March?
March is actually done very well.
Captain Marvel.
Oh, well, never mind.
Godzilla 2, Dumbo.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, see, that would be interesting, though. But Wonder Woman going head-to-head with Captain Marvel, that would be really interesting.
Yeah,
I don't think they want interesting.
Especially since Wonder Woman's already an established franchise.
I think they'll probably move it about 2 weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks up to like late November.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
probably do.
I can see that.
Not a drastic difference, and I don't. There's usually not much coming out. Not many big blockbusters coming out in November.
There's another DC movie in November scheduled.
Oh my god!
There's Untitled.
DC has movies coming out in back-to-back months.
Yeah.
Since when is
one of those needs to be fucking moved to the summer? Jesus
One
Christ.
of those probably won't happen.
That's true.
The Untitled one probably.
Yeah, well, then just take that date. That's a good date.
Actually, no. 3 of them probably won't happen because 2 other movies are going to be put in that spot and still never get released.
That's a good.
Yeah,
so there's a Fox Marvel movie coming out. There's a Fox Marvel movie coming out November 22nd, and then Frozen 2 coming out November 27th.
And also,
Where are they gonna fucking move it?
There's James Bond 25 coming out November 8th, so you might want to avoid that one too.
Holy shit! Okay, 2019 is fucking packed. Just move it to January 2020.
Wonder Woman is the January savior.
Yeah, but
I still don't think Lion King is going to be able to stand up to Wonder Woman. I think June is the right place.
Did you see how much money the Jungle Book made?
Okay, and Jungle Book was great, but what was it opening against? Nothing.
Yeah,
but the Lion King is the Lion King, and it's Disney's the Lion King. Like what?
back
to back with Spider-Man 2.
Disney's gonna rake in 2019. My gosh.
Seriously. Okay. Well, now I'm even more interested because I don't know where the fuck they're gonna move.
That's what happens when you spend $10 billion buying literally every franchise that exists.
That is true.
That's what happens when you put it a week behind the week you should have put it.
What does that even mean?
That they should have just put. I feel like Star Wars wouldn't have moved in on that date if they just put Wonder Woman December 20th.
Yeah, but then they would have just come out the week before.
I don't know if they would have though. because now they have the. I don't know. I feel like they just like to why did these movies just wait till like the second to last week in December instead of just like early to mid-December?
Like New Year's and Christmas, people are traveling, but I know people go to the movies on Christmas, but I mean New Year's, I guess people are traveling more. I don't know how these things work. I'm not a release date guy.
Well, it seems like June is the lesser two bad choices. So
yeah, I think June. I mean, okay, let's just settle it now for everybody. I think June. Dylan, you're June.
June would be better than December.
Miller, what do you think? Where do you think Wonder Woman 2 should move?
Either June or take that. No, I think take that. Take that November DC release that probably isn't going to be ready.
That's another good option. Well,
because then you're rushing the movie if you're putting it out in June.
Yeah. Well, I mean, DC does shoot their movies really early though, so they can't.
Yeah, but you still don't want to have it be ready before it's ready.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? What month do you think they should move it to?
I mean, I think June, but to be honest, I don't really care where they move it to or if they leave it alone because I think Wonder Woman will take on all challengers.
I just want to see, you're watching episode 8 and, Ray's about to do something and Wonder Woman just zips in, cuts her head off or something. Yeah. So, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and wrap that up on that note. We started talking about J.J. Abrams, then we started talking about Wonder Woman. Welcome to Till the Last Credit, folks. What do you guys think about J.J. Abrams directing episode 9? Please let us know in the comment sections below. And also, what do you guys think about Wonder Woman? Where do you guys think Wonder Woman should move? Should Wonder Woman move? Is Miller right about his strange theory? Please let us know as well. You guys can find us at Til The Last Credit on Twitter.
I just feel like why hasn't it happened before that? if studios aren't scared of that,
we're gonna call Disney after this. So Oh, you can also find us on Facebook at Til The Last Credit, YouTube at Til The Last Credit on our YouTube channel. Please hit that subscribe button if you like hearing us talk about all subjects in movies and film. We also have an It spoiler review. Sorry, it did not come up earlier. A few of us had our power out, but it will be posted tomorrow morning. Our spoiler review, and on Thursday, you're also going to get to see a 50 Shades of Grey 50 Shades Darker commentary.
Good
50
movie.
Shades.
Fuck that
Great.
movie, Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Wonderful movie.
50 Shades Darker commentary on Thursday, and we're also going to be putting up a poll soon that you guys can vote on for some of our future commentaries. So with all that being said, I'm Darren Lacey Jr. You guys can find me at Darren Lacey Jr. on Twitter. Miller, where can people find you?
Noah Farrell on Twitter.
Dylan?
At OG_MDB on Twitter.
Will?
Will Avitt on Twitter, 1LWILAVITT.
Cool, and we'll catch you guys next time.